Hello friends. Let's step into the mystical journey of those born on September 27th. This is not just a birthday, it's a fascinating intersection of Libra's charm, the numerology of 9, and the influence of multiple cultural horoscope systems that create a portrait as rich and layered as a timeless myth. Imagine someone who walks into a room and instantly changes the energy, softening harsh edges, balancing conversations, and drawing people in without effort. That's the September 27th soul. But what drives them? What makes them fall in love, succeed in business, or stumble on their darker paths? Let's explore. Love. Love for those born on September 27th is not just a fleeting feeling or a romantic adventure, it's the very essence of how they connect with the world. For them, love is poetry lived in real time, a melody that lingers long after the song ends, a dialogue between two souls that continues in silence as much as in spoken words. A September 27th individual doesn't simply want a partner to fill a role. They crave someone who becomes a mirror, a companion, and a co-creator of life's most meaningful experiences. They are ruled by Venus, the planet of harmony and affection, which gifts them with natural charm, sensitivity, and magnetism. Yet, this charm is not shallow. It's an invitation into a deeper realm where thoughts and emotions weave together. They are captivated not by superficial allure but by the hidden sparks of intelligence, curiosity, and inner depth that shine through another person. A witty conversation, an exchange of ideas, or even a shared silence can ignite their heart far more than a polished exterior. These individuals often walk through life as hopeless romantics who still manage to keep their feet on the ground. They believe in love that heals old wounds, love that uplifts rather than diminishes, love that has the power to transform an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. Their romantic ideals can be dazzling, but they are also demanding. They expect depth, fairness, and authenticity. The September 27th person cannot tolerate false pretenses, manipulations, or shallow games. If they sense dishonesty, even beneath layers of kindness, they will feel restless and pull away. The paradox of their love life lies in their duality. On one hand, they dream of the perfect union, the soulmate who understands them completely. On the other hand, their standards are so high that many relationships fail to live up to their expectations. They will not stay in a relationship that lacks balance or where their needs are dismissed. Instead, they will leave quietly, gracefully, but decisively, protecting their heart from erosion. Their love thrives most when both partners share equally, not just in affection, but in effort, in communication, in the willingness to grow together. They are happiest when they find someone who respects their independence while also offering unwavering support. For them, romance is not a cage but a garden. Both partners must plant, water, and nurture the bond for it to bloom fully. Their affection often expresses itself in thoughtful gestures rather than grand displays. A September 27th lover might cook a favorite meal, write a heartfelt note, or simply listen for hours without judgment. These small acts carry immense meaning because they stem from genuine care and attentiveness. Yet they also long for passion, the kind that feels like fire beneath calm waters. They need both tenderness and excitement, intellectual stimulation alongside physical attraction. When all these elements align, they commit deeply, giving not just their heart but also their soul. In love, they want to be both the student and the teacher, learning and evolving through their partner. Ultimately, for people born on this day, love is a lifelong journey of discovery, not a destination. They seek a partner who can walk beside them through change, who understands that affection must grow and evolve. Love, for them, is not static. It's a dance that requires rhythm, balance, and trust. And now, a little side note. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a thanks button right under this video, or through the donation alerts link in the description. Your support truly helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's continue. Marriage. In marriage, September 27th individuals bring the same devotion and longing for harmony that defines their romantic life, but it expands into something even greater, a sanctuary. They envision marriage not as a legal contract but as a spiritual and emotional alliance. To them, marriage is about weaving two lives together into a single tapestry where each thread, individual dreams, shared experiences, and mutual respect, adds to the beauty of the whole. They are naturally inclined to build warm, inviting homes that radiate comfort and beauty. They want their home to feel like a safe haven, a place where both partners can recharge and be their truest selves. They fill their spaces with music, art, laughter, and meaningful conversations, because these are the things that nourish their souls. A September 27th spouse believes that marriage should be a source of joy, not just duty, and they work tirelessly to cultivate that joy. Devotion defines them. When they feel secure, respected, and loved, they give their entire heart to the union. They will stand beside their partner in times of struggle, offering unwavering support, and they will celebrate every victory with genuine pride. They are not fair-weather partners, they are companions for the storms as well as the sunshine. However, their aversion to conflict can sometimes create challenges. They dislike arguments and harsh words so intensely that they may retreat into silence rather than express their true feelings. They fear disrupting harmony, but this very avoidance can allow resentments to build unnoticed. Their growth in marriage depends on learning that gentle confrontation, open, honest, and kind, strengthens bonds rather than breaks them. A September 27th partner thrives when the marriage includes both romance and companionship. They want to share dreams and build a future, not simply maintain routines. Surprise gestures, shared adventures, or quiet evenings of heartfelt conversation keep the marriage alive and exciting. If the relationship becomes stale or purely practical, they may feel unfulfilled, even if they remain loyal. Loyalty, indeed, is one of their strongest traits. Once committed, they are deeply faithful, investing in the well-being of their partner and the longevity of their marriage. Betrayal, however, is something they cannot forgive easily. Their sense of fairness and justice is too strong, and infidelity or dishonesty cuts them to the core. The best marriages for September 27th people are those where both partners nurture each other's emotional and intellectual needs. They want to grow alongside someone, to learn and evolve as a team. When they feel that their spouse truly listens, truly respects them, and truly shares the journey, they respond with a lifetime of loyalty, affection, and dedication. Their greatest gift in marriage is their ability to see the relationship as a partnership of equals. They do not want dominance or submission, they want balance. They want decisions to be shared, burdens to be divided, and joys to be multiplied. For them, a successful marriage is not about two halves making a whole. It's about two complete individuals choosing to walk life's path together. At its best, their marriage is a union that radiates peace, creativity, and love. They are capable of creating bonds so strong that they inspire others, showing that harmony and passion can coexist. For a September 27th spouse, marriage is not just living together, it's growing, dreaming, and healing together, side by side. Sex. For those born on September 27th, sex is never just a fleeting encounter or a physical necessity. It is a profound blend of passion, emotion, and connection. They see intimacy as an extension of love, a sacred space where two souls meet without masks or pretenses. To them, every kiss, every caress, and every glance holds meaning. They approach intimacy not with haste but with intention, often savoring anticipation as much as the act itself. For them, desire begins long before the bedroom. It begins in conversation, in laughter, in shared secrets, and in the trust that allows them to let down their guard. They are ruled by Venus, which makes them naturally sensual beings, tuned into beauty, pleasure, and the art of touch. Yet, their sensuality is not raw or unrefined. It is cultivated, graceful, almost artistic. They understand rhythm and patience, knowing how to build tension like a composer layering notes in a symphony. Quick indulgences leave them cold. They crave an intimacy that feels deliberate and connected. Sex without affection feels empty, even painful, to them. They cannot separate their body from their heart, and any attempt to do so leaves them unsatisfied. They want to feel wanted not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. They need to know that their partner sees them, hears them, and values them, because only then can they truly give themselves fully. They approach intimacy with tenderness but also with playfulness. For them, passion is not a rigid performance but a dance, sometimes slow and lingering, sometimes fiery and intense, but always infused with a sense of joy. They want their partner to feel cherished, understood, and safe. This is why they are often described as generous lovers. They take genuine pleasure in their partner's pleasure, and their sensitivity allows them to sense unspoken desires. At the same time, they are adventurous enough to explore. They enjoy trying new things, but they never cross into recklessness or insensitivity. They understand boundaries deeply and would never push their partner into discomfort. Instead, they encourage exploration as a shared adventure, guided by trust and respect. With the right partner, they can transform intimacy into a journey of discovery, of each other, of themselves, and of the bond that unites them. The September 27th lover is most fulfilled when intimacy goes beyond thrill. For them, sex is not about conquest or performance, it's about emotional safety. They need to know that their vulnerability will not be taken for granted. This emotional layer is what turns ordinary passion into extraordinary connection. Their best encounters happen with partners who understand that intimacy is about giving and receiving, about balance and flow, about creating something greater than the sum of two individuals. They also believe in the spiritual power of intimacy. For many, sex feels like a sacred ritual where two bodies become one, dissolving boundaries and connecting to something larger than themselves. They sense that intimacy has the power to heal, to release stress, to comfort, and to renew love. They treat their partner's body as something to be revered, not just enjoyed. Even as time passes, they strive to keep passion alive. They are not the kind to let routine dull intimacy. They consciously nurture desire with affection, creativity, and effort. They understand that long-term passion requires constant tending, and they are willing to put in the work because they know the reward is deeper closeness. For September 27th borns, intimacy is ultimately about trust. If trust is broken, physical closeness loses its meaning. But when trust is present, they offer not just their body, but their heart and soul, creating an intimacy that feels unforgettable. Friendship. In friendship, September 27th individuals embody diplomacy, loyalty, and understanding. They are the kind of friends who can calm storms with a word, who listen without judgment, and who somehow manage to bring peace into even the most chaotic situations. They dislike drama, yet ironically, they often become the anchor in dramatic scenarios because people instinctively turn to them for guidance. Their natural ability to mediate, to see both sides, and to offer balanced advice makes them invaluable companions. They carry the energy of a peacemaker. In groups, they are often the ones smoothing rough edges, diffusing tension, and ensuring everyone feels included. They dislike seeing others in conflict and will step in, not with aggression, but with gentle persuasion and empathy. Their presence alone often brings calmness, as if people can breathe easier simply knowing they are there. What makes them extraordinary friends is their capacity for listening. Unlike those who half listen while waiting to speak, September 27th borns truly hear what others are saying. They absorb both words and silences, often understanding unspoken feelings better than most. This makes their advice strikingly accurate, and their friends often leave conversations with them feeling lighter, clearer, and more hopeful. Loyalty defines their friendships. They do not scatter their energy across hundreds of shallow connections. Instead, they prefer a small circle of genuine, trustworthy friends. They believe in quality over quantity. To them, a handful of true friends who can be counted on in any circumstance is far more valuable than a crowd of acquaintances who vanish when things get tough. When they commit to a friendship, they commit deeply. They are the ones who remember birthdays, who check in when you're quiet, who celebrate your successes without jealousy, and who stand by you during failures. Their friendships often last for decades, sometimes for a lifetime, because they invest time, energy, and sincerity into them. But their loyalty should never be mistaken for naivety. They may forgive small mistakes, but they do not tolerate betrayal. Trust is sacred to them. If a friend deceives them, gossips behind their back, or takes advantage of their kindness, they will withdraw completely. And they won't create a scene, they will quietly but firmly remove themselves from the relationship, leaving no room for re-entry. Their boundaries are clear, even if they are unspoken. Despite their love of harmony, they are not pushovers. They are compassionate, but not easily manipulated. They know how to support without enabling, how to advise without imposing. Their balanced approach makes them friends who are respected as much as they are loved. With friends, they enjoy deep conversations just as much as lighthearted fun. They can shift from discussing life's mysteries to laughing uncontrollably over simple jokes. Their company is never dull because they know how to blend wisdom with humor, seriousness with playfulness. To those lucky enough to call them a friend, September 27th individuals are a gift. They offer comfort in sorrow, laughter in joy, perspective in confusion, and peace in chaos. They are not just companions, they are anchors, guiding stars, and safe harbors in a world that often feels uncertain. Business. For those born on September 27th, the realm of business is not merely about profit and loss, but about building bridges, creating harmony, and shaping environments where cooperation leads to collective success. They are Libras at their core, and Libra energy thrives wherever balance, fairness, and creativity are needed. This makes them particularly effective in professional fields where diplomacy, design, and negotiation matter more than brute force or rigid control. They shine when they can merge logic with aesthetics, strategy with empathy, and ambition with a desire for fairness. It is no coincidence that many September 27th born individuals are drawn to careers such as law, diplomacy, counseling, design, art direction, entrepreneurship, or leadership in creative industries. Their ability to weigh both sides of an argument makes them exceptional mediators. They can dissect a conflict or a deal, analyze every angle, and find a resolution that satisfies all parties involved. In negotiations, their gift is not manipulation but persuasion, delivered with grace and empathy. They know how to make people feel heard, valued, and understood, which naturally builds trust and loyalty in colleagues, clients, and partners. Their creativity also plays a vital role. These individuals are visionaries who often see possibilities others overlook. Whether designing a marketing campaign, structuring a legal case, or envisioning a product launch, they bring beauty and innovation to their work. They understand that presentation matters. How something looks, feels, or resonates can be just as important as the underlying mechanics. This ability to blend form and function often places them at the cutting edge of their industries. Leadership for them is collaborative rather than authoritarian. They are not comfortable ruling with an iron fist or dictating every detail. Instead, they thrive by fostering teamwork, encouraging input, and creating environments where everyone's contributions are recognized. People enjoy working with them because they feel respected, and that respect translates into productivity and loyalty. A September 27th leader is the type who ensures the team feels like a family rather than a hierarchy. But for all their strengths, they are not without struggles. Their greatest professional weakness is indecision. Because they see every perspective so clearly, they often find themselves weighing options endlessly. Should they move forward with bold action, or wait for more information? Should they expand, or consolidate? Should they choose innovation, or stability? In this endless analysis, opportunities can slip away, leaving them frustrated. They sometimes fall into the trap of perfect planning, waiting for the ideal scenario instead of acting when the moment is ripe. This indecision, if left unchecked, can lead to stagnation. Yet, when they learn to trust their intuition, an inner voice that is often more accurate than their overthinking, they rise rapidly in their fields. Their intuition, guided by both Venusian charm and Libran fairness, rarely misleads them. The moment they embrace decisive action, their natural gifts propel them to extraordinary success. Another potential challenge for them is the desire to please everyone. In business, this can lead them to overcommit, compromise too much, or hesitate to enforce boundaries. Their journey is about recognizing that true balance doesn't mean giving everyone what they want. It means making choices that honor both their own integrity and the collective good. Once they master this, their careers flourish. Ultimately, Business for September 27th born individuals is not about climbing ladders at the expense of others. It is about weaving networks of trust, creating beauty in commerce, and using their talents for fairness and creativity to leave a lasting impact. When they overcome their hesitation and claim their place as confident decision makers, they don't just succeed, they inspire. Dark sides. Every personality carries shadows, and for those born on September 27th, these shadows are as intricate as their gifts. Their desire for balance and beauty, while admirable, can sometimes morph into perfectionism and crippling indecisiveness. They want everything to look and feel just right, and in chasing that elusive perfection, they may lose sight of progress. They might delay important choices, polish projects endlessly, or criticize themselves harshly when reality doesn't match their ideal vision. This perfectionist streak, though rooted in good intentions, can become a cage that stifles growth. Indecision is their most well-known challenge. Seeing every angle of a problem is a gift, but it also becomes a burden. They can spend so much time analyzing that they paralyze themselves, stuck in cycles of what if and maybe later. Opportunities slip through their fingers, not because they lack talent, but because they hesitate at the critical moment. Others may view them as unreliable when in truth, they are simply trapped in their own overthinking. Another shadow comes from their aversion to conflict. Harmony means everything to them, and they will go to great lengths to avoid arguments or disharmony. On the surface, this seems noble, but beneath it lies danger. Their avoidance often leads them to silence their true feelings, burying resentments and letting problems fester. At their worst, they may even turn to subtle forms of manipulation, gentle lies, vague promises, or half-truths, to keep the peace. While not malicious, these tactics can erode trust over time. Their need to be liked can also push them into the role of a people-pleaser. They may take on too many responsibilities, say yes when their heart screams no, or bend themselves into uncomfortable shapes to satisfy others. This drains their energy and leaves them feeling unappreciated, even resentful. Their lifelong lesson is learning the power of no, understanding that boundaries are not selfish, but essential for true harmony. There is also a risk of vanity or overconcern with appearances. Because they value beauty and balance, they can sometimes slip into caring too much about how others see them, whether in relationships, careers, or even their personal image. This can make them vulnerable to superficial judgments, leading them to invest energy in maintaining facades instead of focusing on authenticity. When pushed too far into their shadow, September 27th individuals can become indecisive perfectionists, charming yet evasive, kind but self-sacrificing to a fault. They risk losing themselves in their attempts to please and avoid. But when they confront these tendencies, their growth is profound. By embracing honesty over avoidance, action over hesitation, and self-respect over constant giving, they emerge stronger, wiser, and more balanced. Their dark sides are not curses, they are teachers. Each shadow pushes them toward growth, reminding them that harmony cannot exist without truth, and beauty cannot flourish without authenticity. When they learn to face conflict with courage, to act decisively, and to honor their own needs as much as others, they transform their shadows into sources of strength. Life goals. For those born on September 27th, life is not a random sequence of events or a path walked without awareness, it is a mission. Deep within their soul lives a calling to bring harmony into chaos, to weave together what is fragmented, and to offer balance where there is imbalance. They are born under Libra, the sign of the scales, and their existence reflects this archetype, always seeking equilibrium, fairness, and beauty. Their purpose is not selfish. It extends far beyond their own lives, often into communities, relationships, and even causes that impact entire groups or societies. Their destiny is to build bridges. This can take many forms. Some September 27th borns literally work in diplomacy, uniting people or nations divided by differences. Others build metaphorical bridges through art, writing, music, or design, creating works that connect hearts and inspire collective emotion. Even in their personal relationships, they become the thread that links people together, making sure friends, family, and colleagues feel connected rather than isolated. They are natural unifiers. Justice and beauty guide their steps like invisible stars, leading them to align their actions with values that uplift rather than tear down. Their life goals often emerge in places where there is discord, because they feel compelled to create harmony. They are the peacemakers at family gatherings, the voices of reason in boardrooms, the mediators in friendships. They know intuitively that their gift lies in dissolving conflict and encouraging cooperation. But this mission is not only external. At the deepest level, September 27th individuals are on a quest for inner balance. They are constantly working to harmonize heart with mind, passion with reason, dreams with reality. They may feel pulled in many directions at once, toward career, love, creativity, or service, but their true growth comes when they learn to integrate these parts instead of letting them compete. Their inner life is a reflection of their outer one. If they achieve balance within, they are able to radiate it outward. Many born on this date feel drawn to creative expression. Writing, painting, music, theater, or design often call to them because these mediums allow them to translate intangible ideas of beauty and fairness into forms the world can see. Their creativity is not frivolous, it is purposeful. Through it, they channel their desire for harmony, offering others a glimpse of what balance feels like. A song, a story, a painting, or even a well-designed space becomes more than art, it becomes medicine for the soul. Their souls thrive when they contribute to the collective good. They are not satisfied by success measured only in wealth or status. They want their lives to mean something, to make a difference. They want to leave behind a legacy of fairness, compassion, and beauty. When they work toward goals that resonate with these values, they feel fulfilled. When they chase shallow ambitions, they feel lost or empty. Their challenges often stem from forgetting their own needs while serving others. They may pour so much energy into building harmony for others that they neglect their personal balance. Their journey involves remembering that balance starts within. Only when they are whole themselves can they offer true unity to the world. In essence, their life goal is to live as both artist and diplomat, healer and visionary. They are here to remind humanity that harmony is not passive, it is an active choice, a constant creation. By aligning their inner and outer worlds, they embody the peace they seek to spread. Compatibility. When it comes to compatibility, those born on September 27th are most alive in relationships that spark both their intellect and their heart. They are not content with surface-level attraction. They need deep conversations, laughter, and a sense of shared growth. They thrive with partners who challenge their minds, awaken their creativity, and respect their independence while still offering intimacy. Their best matches are often Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Leo. With Gemini, they find a lively mental companion who stimulates their endless curiosity. Conversations with Gemini flow effortlessly, and together they can create a relationship full of wit, adventure, and shared ideas. With Aquarius, the bond feels visionary and liberating. Both value fairness, independence, and progress, so their relationship often becomes a partnership devoted not just to each other but to higher ideals. Sagittarius brings excitement, fire, and optimism. Together, they keep each other inspired, with Sagittarius encouraging September 27th to act decisively and September 27th offering balance to Sagittarius's boldness. With Leo, there is warmth and passion. Leo's confidence and generosity blend beautifully with the September 27th charm, creating a love that is both dramatic and deeply loyal. Challenging matches tend to be Capricorn and Cancer. Capricorn's practicality and seriousness can sometimes feel too heavy for the airy, idealistic September 27th individual. While Capricorn wants structure, September 27th craves balance and flexibility, which can lead to friction unless both learn to respect each other's strengths. Cancer, on the other hand, may feel too emotionally demanding for September 27th, who values harmony and dislikes being pulled into emotional turbulence. Though these relationships can work, they require patience, communication, and compromise. Intriguing matches often come with Pisces. There is a mystical, soulful quality to this connection. Pisces touches the emotional depths of September 27th, offering compassion and sensitivity, while September 27th provides grounding and balance in return. The challenge lies in stability. Pisces may drift while September 27th may hesitate, leading to uncertainty. Yet, when both commit, the connection can feel spiritual, as though two dreamers found each other in a crowded world. Ultimately, compatibility for September 27th individuals is not about zodiac signs alone. It is about mutual respect, intellectual connection, and shared values. They need a partner who understands that love is both friendship and passion, both freedom and commitment. When they find this balance, their relationships become not just unions of two people, but living examples of the harmony they were born to create. Numerology, the power of 27. For those born on September 27th, numerology paints a portrait as rich and compelling as astrology. The date carries the vibration of 9, derived from the sum of 2 and 7. 9 is often described as the number of completion, wisdom, and universal love. It is the final digit in the single-digit sequence, symbolizing the culmination of lessons learned and the readiness to give back. Those who carry this vibration are considered old souls, imbued with an awareness that goes far beyond their years. Their path is rarely self-centered. Instead, it bends toward serving others, elevating humanity, and contributing to causes greater than themselves. The 2 in their birth date brings qualities of sensitivity, diplomacy, and empathy. It represents duality, the ability to see both sides, to mediate, and to bring peace where there is conflict. This energy ensures that September 27th individuals are natural diplomats, capable of navigating the complexity of human relationships with tact and grace. The 2 gives them intuition as well, allowing them to sense moods, read between the lines, and detect truths that others may overlook. The 7 adds an entirely different layer. 7 is the number of mysticism, introspection, and spiritual wisdom. It pushes September 27th born people to question, to analyze, and to seek deeper truths beyond the surface. They are often drawn to philosophy, spirituality, or science, because they yearn to understand not just how the world works, but why. This vibration makes them reflective, curious, and often solitary at times, needing quiet moments of contemplation to process their insights. Together, the 2 and 7 create a person who is both emotionally attuned and intellectually profound. This is not a superficial combination. It produces someone who feels deeply and thinks deeply, often wrestling with the duality of heart and mind. They carry compassion for humanity but also crave solitude to recharge. They can mediate for others, but they also need time alone to process their own spiritual growth. The resulting 9 energy is what ties it all together. 9 is the number of humanitarianism, justice, and leadership in service. It compels September 27th individuals to act not just for themselves, but for the greater good. They feel incomplete when they live only for personal gain. Their souls come alive when they are helping, teaching, healing, or creating something that uplifts others. This is why so many people born on this date gravitate toward careers in leadership, education, law, the arts, or activism. 9 also carries the energy of endings and completion. September 27th borns often feel like they are wrapping up unfinished lessons from past lives. They may carry wisdom that surprises even them, as though they have lived these truths before. This can create a sense of responsibility. They often feel they are here to finish what was started long ago. But the number 9 also teaches detachment. Those with this vibration must learn to let go, of people, of outcomes, of control, because their gift lies in giving freely, not clinging. This lesson can be difficult, as their compassion sometimes makes them hold on too tightly. Yet when they master detachment, they become powerful healers and leaders, capable of inspiring change without being consumed by it. Numerology also highlights their dual struggles: indecision from the 2, overthinking from the 7, and self-sacrifice from the 9. Together, these can cause them to put others' needs above their own, or to hesitate when bold action is required. But once they balance these energies, their potential is extraordinary. They become visionaries who combine empathy, intellect, and leadership in ways that change lives. To be born on September 27th is to carry the power of wisdom wrapped in compassion, intuition fused with intellect, and a destiny aligned with service. Their life path is not the easiest, but it is deeply meaningful, and when they embrace their numerological gifts, they embody the essence of what it means to be both a teacher and a healer of their generation. The Druid Horoscope. Within the Celtic tree horoscope, those born on September 27 fall under the influence of the hazel tree, which rules from August 5 to September 29. The hazel symbolizes wisdom, creativity, and insight, and those born beneath its branches are said to be touched by extraordinary intellect and intuition. To be a hazel person is to be a seeker of knowledge, a carrier of ideas, and a natural storyteller whose words and insights often shape the thoughts of others. Hazel-born individuals possess a sharp mind and a quick wit. They can absorb information rapidly, connect ideas seamlessly, and articulate them with clarity and charm. Their gift with words is remarkable. They know how to persuade, entertain, and inspire through speech or writing. This is why September 27th people often excel as communicators, whether they choose careers in teaching, writing, law, or the arts. Their voice is their weapon, but also their gift. It cuts through confusion and illuminates truth. But the hazel is not only about intellect, it is also about intuition. Those born under this tree sign are deeply attuned to unseen energies. They often have flashes of insight, gut feelings, or dreams that prove prophetic. This intuition, combined with their analytical mind, makes them both wise and practical. They don't just dream, they know how to translate intuition into action. Hazel people are seekers by nature. September 27th individuals often feel restless if they are not learning, exploring, or growing intellectually. Philosophy, spirituality, and the arts call to them because these fields allow them to explore life's mysteries. They may be drawn to ancient wisdom traditions, from Celtic lore to Eastern philosophies, because they intuitively sense that truth is universal, transcending cultures and eras. There is also a creative streak running strong in hazel-borns. They are not content with knowledge alone, they want to express it. Many find fulfillment in artistic pursuits, whether through literature, painting, music, or performance. Their creations often carry layers of meaning, inviting others to think more deeply or feel more profoundly. Art becomes their way of bridging the intellectual and the emotional, offering harmony between thought and feeling. Their wit, however, can cut both ways. Hazels are known for their sharp tongues, and September 27th individuals must learn to wield humor and cleverness with kindness rather than cruelty. While their quick words can disarm and delight, they can also wound if misused. Part of their growth involves learning when to speak and when to remain silent. In relationships, hazel people seek partners who stimulate their mind as much as their heart. They cannot thrive in shallow bonds. They crave someone who understands their curiosity and appreciates their intellectual gifts. As friends, they are loyal, insightful, and often the ones who give the most meaningful advice. The hazel also symbolizes wisdom as a resource to be shared. September 27th borns are not meant to hoard their knowledge. They are meant to spread it, to teach, to guide, to illuminate. When they embrace this role, they embody the very essence of their druid sign, a tree whose nuts were said to contain infinite wisdom, feeding poets and seers with inspiration. To be born under the hazel tree is to live as both scholar and sage, artist and guide. September 27th individuals carry this heritage proudly, weaving their love of learning with their talent for communication. Their presence is a reminder that wisdom, when shared with kindness, can be as nourishing as food and as enduring as the roots of a sacred tree. The Vedic Horoscope. In the ancient system of Vedic astrology, those born on September 27th inhabit a fascinating place between two realms of influence, Kanya Rashi Virgo Moon and Tula Rashi Libra Sun. The exact position of the moon at their birth determines which qualities are most dominant, yet both archetypes, Virgo's practicality and Libra's charm, intertwine to create a personality both deeply analytical and irresistibly magnetic. Their ruling planet is Venus, the celestial embodiment of beauty, love, art, and harmony. This Venusian influence colors everything about them: the way they speak, the the way they connect with others, even the way they move through life, leaving behind an impression of grace and refinement. For September 27th souls, charm is not a learned tactic but an innate vibration. People are drawn to their aura without even knowing why. Their speech is often measured, polite, and gentle, and their ability to soften tensions with a smile or a kind word makes them natural diplomats. In the Vedic system, this charm is not superficial, it is karmic. It is a tool they are given to fulfill their purpose, to cultivate harmony and fairness in a world that often leans toward imbalance. If the moon was in Virgo at their birth, these individuals possess sharp intellect, discernment, and a meticulous approach to life. They may analyze situations deeply, breaking down complex matters into clear parts. Their gift lies in service. They feel fulfilled when helping, healing, or improving systems and lives around them. But the Virgo influence can also create restlessness, as they are rarely satisfied with imperfection. Their journey, then, is to temper their critical eye with compassion, learning to accept flaws as part of life's beauty. If the moon was in Libra, the qualities of diplomacy, fairness, and artistry dominate. These individuals are attuned to relationships in profound ways, often sensing disharmony long before anyone else notices. They are the ones who instinctively restore balance, whether in conversations, workplaces, or families. With a Libra moon, they value elegance, aesthetics, and beauty in all forms, making them drawn to art, design, or social leadership. Their challenge lies in indecision. Seeing every angle makes it hard for them to choose a path. Regardless of moon sign, Venus's rulership gives them a deep love for beauty, whether in nature, people, or ideas. They may be drawn to careers involving art, music, law, counseling, or fashion. They thrive in spaces where they can merge their intellect with creativity, and where their sense of fairness can shine. Their charisma ensures they rarely go unnoticed. Opportunities often come their way because others trust their taste, judgment, and integrity. On a karmic level, Vedic astrology teaches that September 27th borns are here to learn balance. This balance is multifaceted. It is the balance between duty and pleasure, knowing when to serve others, but also when to indulge in life's joys. It is the balance between service and self-care, remembering that healing others is impossible if one neglects their own well-being. It is the balance between love and independence, knowing how to connect deeply while still maintaining individuality. Their dharma, or soul path, is to refine relationships. They are karmically tasked with teaching others fairness, equality, and the importance of beauty in both material and spiritual realms. Relationships act as mirrors for them, forcing them to confront their own indecision, perfectionism, and people-pleasing tendencies. By mastering these challenges, they evolve into true guides for others. In the spiritual dimension of Jyotish Vedic astrology, Venus-ruled individuals are encouraged to seek harmony not only externally but internally. Meditation, mantras dedicated to Venus Shukra, and practices of gratitude for beauty help them remain aligned. They must learn that true charm comes not just from appearance but from authenticity, and true service comes not from sacrifice but from joy. When they embody this wisdom, they radiate balance so strongly that they uplift every space they enter. The Flower Horoscope. In the language of the flower zodiac, September 27th aligns with the aster, a bloom known for elegance, patience, and quiet strength. Asters appear in late summer, when the vibrancy of the season begins to fade and most flowers have already lived their full cycle. And yet, these blooms arrive in soft purples, pinks, and whites, adding a new dimension of beauty when it is least expected. The September 27th soul mirrors this energy. They bring light, hope, and color to moments when others may feel tired, uncertain, or lost. The symbolism of the aster speaks to loyalty and devotion. Just as the flower stands tall and steady in the cooling days of autumn, people born on this date demonstrate reliability and faithfulness in relationships. They are not quick to abandon those they love, and their devotion is not flamboyant but steady, quietly proving itself over time. Their love and friendship, much like the aster's bloom, may appear later than expected, but when it arrives, it is enduring and radiant. The patience of the aster reflects the September 27th individual's life journey. Many of them bloom later in life, discovering their true calling or deepest love after others around them have already rushed forward. But this delayed bloom is not a weakness, it is a gift. It allows them to mature, to refine themselves, and to enter their fullest expression with wisdom rather than haste. They remind us that the best gifts in life often require time, and that beauty is most appreciated when it appears after waiting. Asters also symbolize elegance. For September 27th borns, this elegance is not just about appearance, it is about demeanor, words, and actions. They carry themselves with grace, even when life feels chaotic. Their presence calms others, much like the sight of asters softening the harsher landscapes of autumn. Their elegance lies in subtlety, in gestures that are refined rather than ostentatious, in kindness that is quiet but powerful. In relationships, the aster shows its meaning most clearly. Those born on this date embody devotion and constancy. They may not be the most impulsive lovers, but they are among the most reliable. Their affection deepens over time, becoming stronger with shared experiences. Just like the aster, which thrives in cooler seasons, they often show their truest strength during difficult times, offering comfort, stability, and hope when others falter. The aster also connects with spiritual symbolism. In ancient traditions, it was seen as a flower of the stars, believed to carry messages from the heavens. September 27th individuals often reflect this celestial quality, as though they carry guidance or wisdom from beyond. Their insights, their patience, and their ability to bring light during dark times make them seem touched by something otherworldly. Ultimately, the flower horoscope of the aster reveals the essence of September 27th borns, beings who bloom when needed most, who embody loyalty and elegance, who prove that patience is not weakness but strength. They teach us that devotion, grace, and the willingness to wait for the right moment are among life's greatest virtues. Like their flower, they are late bloomers who arrive not just to decorate the world, but to illuminate it. The stone horoscope. For those born on September 27th, the stone that resonates most profoundly with their spirit is the sapphire, the illustrious birthstone of September. Known across centuries as a gem of wisdom, truth, royalty, and divine favor, the sapphire is far more than a beautiful jewel. It is a symbol of the very qualities that September 27th individuals are born to embody. It reflects their lifelong mission, to bring clarity into confusion, to radiate fairness in the face of conflict, and to root themselves in integrity when the world tempts them toward compromise. The sapphire has long been revered as a stone of kings, priests, and mystics. Ancient rulers wore it not only as a sign of wealth but as a token of their responsibility to rule with wisdom and justice. In this way, the stone mirrors the karmic path of those born on September 27th. They are not meant to live selfishly or superficially. They are called to embody grace, fairness, and higher vision, guiding others through both words and actions. When they wear or connect with sapphire, it amplifies their natural ability to see beyond illusion and to make decisions rooted in truth rather than fear. This connection to truth is vital for September 27th souls, for their greatest challenge often lies in indecision. Libra's influence makes them weigh every option, while their numerological vibration of 2 and 7 deepens their tendency to overthink. Sapphire acts as their anchor. It cuts through the fog of endless possibilities, aligning them with clarity and giving them the courage to choose with confidence. It tells them, "You already know the truth within, trust it." Spiritually, the sapphire resonates with the higher mind. It is often associated with the third eye and crown chakras, centers of intuition, vision, and spiritual connection. For September 27th individuals, this stone enhances their ability to access inner wisdom, strengthening both their analytical Virgone tendencies and their Libran intuition. It is a gem that harmonizes logic with spirituality, helping them integrate the two sides of their nature, the thinker and the dreamer, the analyst and the artist. On an emotional level, sapphire offers calm and peace. People born on September 27th often carry a restlessness within them, pulled between the need to create harmony for others and the need to maintain balance within themselves. The sapphire soothes this inner tension, acting like a cooling balm to their heart and mind. It reminds them that harmony is not found in silence or avoidance but in clear, honest alignment with truth. With Sapphire near, they feel more centered, less overwhelmed, and more at ease in their own presence. There is also a protective quality to Sapphire that cannot be ignored. Historically, it was believed to ward off envy, deceit, and harm. For September 27 borns, who often find themselves in positions of leadership, influence, or visibility, this protection is deeply valuable. Their kindness and fairness may attract admiration, but also jealousy. Sapphire surrounds them with a shield of loyalty and purity, ensuring that they remain focused on their mission rather than distracted by negativity. The color of sapphire itself speaks to their essence. Whether deep blue like the night sky or lighter shades shimmering with serenity, the gem symbolizes depth, stillness, and truth. September 27 individuals, too, carry this depth. Outwardly, they may appear charming, social, and diplomatic, but within, they hold an ocean of wisdom, reflection, and a desire for justice. The sapphire mirrors this hidden ocean, reminding them of the power that lies beneath their surface. In practical terms, wearing sapphire helps them in the very areas they often struggle: decision-making, confidence, and alignment. A ring, pendant, or even a simple stone kept close to them acts as a daily reminder of their inner clarity. It strengthens their ability to stay true to their values, even when pressured by external forces. It nudges them toward courage when hesitation threatens to hold them back. The lore of sapphire also ties it to vows, promises, and sacred commitments. In this way, it becomes a perfect companion for September 27 individuals, who value loyalty, honesty, and long-lasting bonds in love, friendship, and business. The stone supports their need for integrity in relationships, ensuring they give and receive devotion without compromise. It also deepens their spiritual commitments, helping them walk their path with authenticity. For these souls, sapphire is not just a birthstone, it is a guide, a teacher, and a mirror. It represents the best of who they are: wise, fair, and devoted to truth. It challenges them to rise above indecision, to trust their inner voice, and to remember that clarity is not something they must find outside themselves, but something they already carry within. When September 27 borns embrace sapphire, they align more fully with their destiny. The stone amplifies their natural gifts of diplomacy, wisdom, and creativity, while also grounding them in the courage they sometimes lack. It makes them feel like what they truly are: royal souls born not just to live, but to lead, to teach, and to inspire. With sapphire's energy at their side, they walk their path with greater strength, greater confidence, and greater faith in their own light. So, what is the grand story of September 27? It is the tale of a soul born to bring beauty, fairness, and wisdom into the world. It is the story of people whose very essence is harmony, even though they must wrestle with indecision and perfectionism to achieve it. They are lovers of truth, seekers of justice, and builders of bridges, between hearts, between ideas, and between worlds. Their charm disarms, their wisdom guides, and their devotion inspires. They stumble, yes, weighed down at times by hesitation or the desire to please everyone. But they rise with elegance, learning over time that balance is not about avoiding conflict but about embracing the dance between opposites. And perhaps the most magical thing about them is this: they remind us all that balance is not stillness, it is movement, grace, and rhythm. It is a dance where every step, even the missteps, belongs to the music of life. September 27 souls are dancers of this cosmic rhythm, and through their presence, they invite the rest of us to join the dance, to find harmony not in perfection, but in the beauty of becoming whole. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of September 27, don't forget, there's more cosmic wisdom waiting for you. Like this video, hit subscribe, and explore other horoscopes on the channel. And of course, check the description for links to social media where we share even more insights every week.